Hey yo, what's poppin'? Now today I'm here to tell you about the current state of PS4 emulation. Now emulation has been around for a very long time, and we are currently seeing the best emulation ever. I can finally play PS3 games at 4K. I can play Dolphin games, meaning Wii and GameCube games at like whatever 8K out the asshole. But with this being a new generation of emulation and gaming, we are currently seeing one of the best things in progress today, a PS4 emulator. Now, there's a bunch of fakes, there's a bunch of real ones. It's just a lot of bullshit going on right now. No, you're not able to play PS4 games currently today. No, you're not currently can be able to play Xbox One games right now. These games are insanely hard to run, especially with the current day state they are actually formed in. These games are not going to be able to be ran for years and years now. But I would say I believe that we have a good team behind the PS4 emulation, and I just want to give you a rundown on what's going on right now. So you can just throw Xbox out the window. That's never going to be cracked. You're not going to be able to run it out the ass like I said in the beginning on PC, so you can go ahead and throw that out the window because that's never happening. The closest you can get from running an emulator like an Xbox on your computer is probably cloud game. That's the only thing. Anything else, actually downloading the game or like, you know, using your own games to emulate it on your laptop so you can get some good footage or something, it's never going to work. I don't care. It's just not seeing the current day right now. Maybe when I'm dead, they'll start, you know, actually giving us an emulator for the Xbox One. Hell, even the original Xbox isn't even compatible. Some games are horrible. I tried to play Shadowrun, never even worked. So I don't care about anything right now. The Xbox emulator, throw it out the window. It's never going to happen. The PS4 emulator, though, on the other hand, is actually being able to run Sonic, the 2D version. Even while being able just to play Sonic right now in the current day, it's still not able to graphically run everything that a PS4 can. So in my opinion, let's just give it some years, maybe some months. Who knows? However, things might flow. Let's read this Reddit post. Currently, PS4 emulation is very low. Compatibility of just some 2D games. It's going to be years before you see any real development. If you're looking for other ways to play PS4 games, I recommend finding one running 9.0 firmware and jailbreaking the PS4. Or get one with 10.01 and just put it away like I did and keep an eye for a jailbreak newer firmware. The guys at Modern Warfare group on YouTube would be a good place to start. And this is absolutely true. Now, I'm not a guy of piracy, wink wink, but I do believe if you actually enjoy a game, buy that game for sure. Definitely just jailbreak your console. Now, I'm not going to be the one to tell you how to jailbreak your console, and I'm not going to give you the details on how to, but I know somebody who can. So I'm going to leave that link in the bottom of the description below, and you can check that out if you're on the proper software, firmware, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter, but I will leave that in the description below. Even though the PS4 emulator is very low standard right now, you still have the Nintendo Switch emulator. The Nintendo Switch emulator, you can emulate any game. Well, not any game, but you know, you can get a good quality game, you know. Playing Mario Kart 8 at like 4K, no stutters, no glitches, no nothing. Everything looked beautiful. It was kind of a little iffy to set up, but I still got it to work. I was having fun. I lived life. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I got to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch. It looked good. It had some graphical errors, but it looked good. Played smooth. The beginning was a little glitchy, but still got to be able to play one of my favorite games. Even though I could not play Just Dance, it was okay. It still came on. I got to hear some music. But this emulator is better than the PS4 emulator right now because you actually have games that you can run. I heard that Bayonetta 3 actually runs on the Nintendo Switch emulator. So if you want to go do that, do that. Have fun. Go ahead. This is definitely your alternative guess if you want to actually run something that's not the PS4 emulator until you hold off. The PS3 emulator is still out there. I absolutely enjoy the PS3 emulator. Sengoku Bazaar is one of my favorite games. I can play this game in 4K, however many frame rates I want because who gives a shit. But for some reason, when I try to play UFC games, it's always a problem, and I cannot fix it. I tried to play 2009, I tried to play 2010, I tried to play 3, I believe, I don't know, and they all just had some problem, and I would have to delete it. Same thing with Fight Night. It was always some problem, but I fixed it, but I couldn't get the same frames per second that I want, and it's okay, you know, it's okay. It's okay. That's why I have the actual console on deck. And we don't even have to talk about Dolphin emulators, because we know they run perfectly fine no matter what. You can play any type of game. It doesn't matter if it's Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, one of my favorite games out of the whole series. Facts. It can be any game, and it will run just as fine. When I had a doo-doo machine at the time, I tried to play F-Zero GX, and I kind of got a little good frame rate, on my little potato machine, you know what I'm saying? But it ran perfectly fine. I love the Dolphin emulator to this day. I actually enjoy it. Same thing with the PS2 emulator. We know it's going to run fine. These games can be ran on anything. Okay, let me take that back. These games cannot be ran on a doodle machine, but it can be ran. It can be ran. These games, most of the time, don't have the same quality standard like the PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, but it can still be ran on, your machine. You might not get the same frame rate that I might get because of my, computer. If you're running on like a, I don't know, Intel GPU, I don't know, but having that PS2 emulator can still run games. I played God of War 2, one of my favorite games out of the series, of course. God of War 2 is a W game. Come on, it's easy. But played it at 4K, frames per second, immaculate. Definitely should try it out if you have a good computer. Now I'm talking about the emulators that might actually take, some pushing to do. You already know if you have a horrible computer or a bad computer, you can play anything from, I don't know, Super Nintendo, Atari, whatever, Nintendo 64, anything like that. You can automatically play it. It shouldn't take that much. But Benji commentary with another video giving you the state of the PS4 emulator. I know I didn't really get deep into it. What is there to talk about when it's nothing going on currently at this moment? You're probably like, why make a video? I don't know. Well, I do know. Just to give you the sauce. So check the description. Watch the videos. I feel like we all should be able to have this, this standard on us, So if you are a fan of video games and you have a very good passion for video games and you want to be able to play these games, you should definitely do it. So, this is the ending of the video. Benji commentary out. Check the description. And I'm out. Peace.